Hi YouTube, it's me Lene, and I'm here to do the controversial parenting tag. So some of the questions and the answers that I give, these are just my own personal feelings or opinions, so don't judge me. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, their own feelings, their own decisions, their own answers. So if you do not agree with some of my answers, please do not leave any negative comments. Okay, so the first thing is pro-life versus pro-choice. By my own personal experience, I would go with pro-choice. A lot of women that get abortions, they have their own reasons. They have their own personal reasons. Some may be because of rape. Some may be because they have other children and they're just not ready for anymore. Some may be it was an accident getting pregnant, different reasons. So, by my own experience, I say it's a woman's choice whether she decides to keep it or she decides to get an abortion. So, I'm all for pro-choice. Baby wearing. I didn't do too much with my oldest daughter. With my first daughter, I did used to wear the little backpack looking thing. I was in the 9th grade when I got pregnant with her, so I used to be on the bus and it was easier to carry her in that. So out of all my children, my oldest daughter, my first child, was the only child that I did the baby wearing with. But I'm all for that. It's actually kind of easy to use it when you're around the house and you have housework to do, or doing a little bit of cleaning or something. So I'm all for baby wearing. Circumcision. Circumcision. I am for getting your son circumcised. I have 3 boys myself, and out of all 3 of my boys, 2 of my boys are circumcised. My first son, when I had him, I was still kind of young also with him, so I didn't know too much about circumcision, so I didn't get him circumcised. But my other 2 boys, they are circumcised. Adoption. I'm all for adoption. I don't see anything wrong with adopting a child, especially if you cannot have a child of your own. A lot of women cannot have their own kids, so I say adoption is a good option. So I am all for adoption. Baby piercing. I am all for baby piercing. All of my kids, including my sons, have gotten their ears pierced. My daughter, when she turns 3 months, I do plan on getting her ears pierced. So I'm all for baby piercing, especially on little girls because it makes them look much prettier. Spanking. Honestly, I am all for spanking, but it's a difference between spanking your child and beating your child. So spanking, my opinion of spanking is maybe popping them on the butt or popping them on the hand when they're little. Like my 3-year-old, I spank him when he does stuff that he's not supposed to. So I am all for spanking your children, not beating your children. Breast milk versus formula. With me, I am for both of them. Breast milk, if you can breastfeed and it goes well for you and you produce enough milk, then I would say try to breastfeed. But if it doesn't work out for you, if it's too painful or the baby doesn't latch good or you don't produce enough milk or any other reason, I'll say formula. It's nothing wrong with formula feeding your baby. Of all my kids, I've been breastfeeding the longest with my daughter, the one I just had. She latches on good, but she's very picky. She only breastfeeds from one side, and that is my left side of my breast. So I enjoy the breastfeeding. but it's nothing wrong with formula feeding your baby either. Co-sleeping. Co-sleeping, I would say I am for co-sleeping because I did co-sleep with my 3-year-old for the longest time. And it's hard to get him to stop co-sleeping with me and my husband. And also with my daughter, we co-sleep with her. She has a bassinet, but she doesn't like to sleep in it. And when I try to put her in it, she won't sleep long or she would cry. So she does co-sleep with us. She sleeps in the middle of us on a pillow that she loves to sleep on. But we're very light sleepers, so we don't worry about crushing her or rolling over on her or anything like that. So I am for co-sleeping. I'm not against co-sleeping. And when they're so little, it's actually easier for the mother to get to the baby, to feed the baby, change the baby, or whatever, cradle with the baby, whatever, when you co-sleep versus putting them in their bassinet and you have to get up and get out of bed and take them out of their bassinet to change their diapers and all that. It's much easier when you co-sleep. So I'm for co-sleeping. Public school versus private school. I'm for public school because I went to all public school. I never went to a private school. All of my kids go to public school. I have nothing against private school. I mean, if you can afford it, hey, go for it. But I'm for public school. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing, you don't learn, to me, in my own opinion, you can't learn anything more in private school than you can in public school. To me, that's my own opinion. You can't make more friends in private school than you would in public school. So it's like equal. But I would prefer public school over private school. Vaccinations. I'm for vaccinations. I believe that all kids should get vaccinated and get their shots. The only shot that I will say I am kind of against is the flu shot. I wouldn't recommend that to anybody, or I wouldn't let my kids get the flu shot because I hear a lot of stories about once you get the flu shot, you actually get sick or you actually get the flu. So I wouldn't get the flu shot, and I wouldn't want my kids to get it because I wouldn't want them to get sick. So, but I am for vaccination. All kids should be vaccinated. Medicating kids. I'm for medicating your kids when they're sick, giving them Tylenol, or any other little kid medicine that there is, but I'm not for medicating your kids to try to put them to sleep because they're getting on your nerves. If that's what you're using the medication for, then no, I'm not for that. But as far as giving them medicine when they're sick, I am for that. Not overdosing them or giving them too much to that make them sleepy and knock them out just so you can get some rest. No, I'm not for that. But I do believe in giving my kids medication when they are sick. Cloth diapers versus disposable diapers. I have nothing against cloth diapers. I never tried cloth diapers. I don't know too much about cloth diapers. With all my kids, I use the disposable diapers, and I love the disposable diapers. I hear that the cloth diapers are less expensive, but with all my kids, they use the disposable. So I'm for disposable, but I have nothing against cloth diapers. Cry out method. And this is the last question, the cry out method. I believe in the cry out method to a certain extent. I would not let my baby just cry for hours and hours and hours and hours. Because obviously, if he or she is crying that much, something is wrong. But I do not believe in just letting my baby cry his or herself to sleep. No, I would not do that. I would let her cry for a little bit of time just so she won't get so used to, as soon as she cried, oh, my mom is going to pick me up. So I would let her cry for a little bit, but I would not let her cry herself to sleep to where she's just so exhausted from crying, she just falls asleep. I would not do that. So I'm like half and half with the cry it out method. I would let her cry for a little while, but not so long to she just puts herself to sleep. So that is my controversial parenting tag, and that was it. That was all the questions that I have. So I recommend this tag to all the mothers, and you have been tagged. See you later.